Hello everyone and welcome back to another instalment of my college experience. Now this has been quite turbulent, very chaotic. This video is going to be my way of remembering the good things and repressing other moments until I come back to this video years from now to reminisce as an old man. So I want to give a shout out to future me. How's it going? Now, seriously now, I've been worrying lately because this year is almost double the work of last year.
Lot more
Not quite, but almost. On top of the extra stuff that has been thrown in for the extra challenge, because we do love a good challenge. Let me explain. So for drama last year, 1 exam, 1 coursework, 2 stories. For drama this year, it's still 1 exam, but we have to simultaneously work on 2 productions at the same time, so 3 things overall, and it's 3 stories to learn, 6 things to do. One of them is our ghost story that we have to make from scratch, and the other one is a script, is an extract using a script from the Rivals, performing it as if we would in the 1700s. There's been no deadline for this yet, and we've barely started it, so that's not an issue at the moment. That's going to be a future issue. Media. Last year, 1 exam, 1 coursework, like that was last year. This year, there's a second piece of coursework where we have to make a magazine cover, which is exactly what we did for GCSE, if I put that on the screen. We had to make one using pictures from the internet, and then the actual thing using our own images back then. That was my very first piece of coursework ever. Now, Welsh last year was 1 exam, some coursework and an oracy assessment. This year it's the same thing, I think, but in the oracy assessment we've got to talk about 2 things. More on them when they happen. Now, Welsh back this year is actually better because instead of 2 tasks like last year, it's only 1. And I've nearly done with it, so Welsh back's going to be amazing this year because I can use the lessons to revise or whatever. That, on top, drop the DVD, on top of work, which I'm thinking about quitting. The thought of eating or looking at the McDonald's burger now makes me physically sick. Now, because I've just said that, I have to reiterate, right? What I've just said, my choice, is not based on my job, or my experience, or lack thereof, because I'm terrible at my job, or my lack of experience, or my experience with my job, right? It's based on my life with college and acting, which I do prioritise over my job, and because I've just eaten too much McDonald's, I've got a belly. And also because standing up for about 6 hours at a time, occasionally, because assuming you're on an 8-hour shift, right? They can send you on your break an hour into your shift, so then you got 6 hours of continuous work to do standing up on a really early break, and it is agony on your feet. It hurts. But while I understand this is unavoidable, I think it would be nice for McDonald's to recognise this. That's my little disclaimer over. Plus acting and driving, which I'll go on about later. Now let's go back to Welsh back a minute. My big project where I've got to choose the question is still going. I have put so much work into this now, right? It was up to 6,000 words, 7,000, 8,000, 900, 9,000, and I'm on the conclusion now, but I'm quite far ahead of the class, which is good because I can use the time to revise or whatever, right, when I finish it. Keeping up to date, so I've very nearly finished it now. I've got to 9,000 words, and I'm up to the bibliography, which is where I chuck in all my questionnaires and interview stuff and all that jazz, right? Once I've done that, which I did today actually, I finished it today, I'm just going to go over it, check it all, but it's all done, right? But back then, so taking you back a bit first, the word limit is 5,000, 5,000 with a 10% allowance, so the absolute limit, if you're pushing it, is 5,500. Now, I don't know if any of you have ever had the joy of having to cut down nearly half your work without losing any marks and staying loyal to a word count. It is painful. I had to go from 9,000 words to 5,000 words, so dropping 4,000 or 3,500 because the limit.
I am currently on my way to finish Welsh Bank for good. I've already finished all the stuff, so I don't need to add any more content. I've managed to get it down to 5,500 words. That's good. Now I'm literally just checking it over, making sure I think I've covered everything, even though I have to cut down my essay in half and without trying to lose any marks. Gonna check over that, and then that is Welsh Bank done for me. I'll be using the lessons then to revise, and I can chill out a bit then, can't I?
But yeah, it hurts. Welsh I'm not really gonna cover because there's nothing more to talk about that. Yeah. In tutorial form, we've been doing university applications. It's really happening, guys. University is right around the corner. It's terrifying. We've had to do personal statements for universities, which is like why we want to go and explaining our passion for the subject and what we've done with the subject and demonstrating our knowledge of the subject and so on. I've been doing this now for a month, 2 months roughly, and I've done 7 different drafts. My tutor's amazing, bless him, right? You've got people in my form that want to be doctors and bio whatsits and all that jazz, writing about their fancy books they've read and studied and all that, and the technical bits about their subjects. And then there's me that wants to be an actor. Now, he's been writing me to help my personal statement, bless him. He's amazing, he really is. I've written about like why I want to take the subject, my experiences studying the subject, so GCSE and A-level, and the taster day I did at the Royal Welsh College, and my appearances and experiences that I've done for the theatre and on TV. It's all very serious, right? I've got an account with this website called UCAS. I don't know what it stands for, if it stands for anything, but UCAS, which is where I'll be applying for university. What I got to do, right, is whatever results I get this year, I've got to put them on the website, and then they get converted into points, and you need a certain amount of points to go to university. So there's everything to play for this year. It's like year 11, applying for college back then I was, and using my GCSEs to get in, but on hard mode. Now we've got media. I've got a camera and a tripod now. They're in the cupboard down below, just to keep them safe. We're beginning to film now. I got them on the 22nd of November. We have until Christmas break to have it filmed and edited, and I can't use my phone this year. Right now, for context, because you might not have seen last year's media coursework, I filmed on a proper camera, proper handheld, a genuine camera, and then I saved the footage to my phone and edited it on my phone, like a YouTube video. I got a B overall in that. I quite like it, right? If you want to watch it, it's here. It's in my college experience year 1 playlist. Give it a watch. There is another catch this year though. I'm not allowed to act in my own film because we're assessed on our camera skills. So if I'm in front of the camera, I can't then be behind the camera. I can't act in my own thing and I'm annoyed about it. I'm doing a medical drama at the moment based on Casualty, but it can't be Casualty because Casualty already exists. My programme is called Ysbyty, which is Welsh for hospital. I'm not going to explain the plot of my story here. That's going to be its own separate video. Now we've got drama, and we're slowly starting to begin making our own productions. The first one from the Restoration, The Rivals, we're going to make our own performance based on the script. We're doing that at the moment first. Now think of a stage, like a rectangle, nice and wide and large. Yeah, no. Think of it squashed at the sides and stretched at the ends. That's the stage for back then because the Restoration took place in the 1700s. All the theatres were closed because of the Puritan government, and actors were performing in random places, operating as stages like tennis courts, so that's why they're very narrow and wide. Yeah, that's basically why. That's a little context for that. And we haven't started this yet. We haven't started making our ghost performances yet, just sort of planning it. So yeah, double jolly. That's going to be fun. And on the day of the performances, we've got to perform one after the other. So that's going to be great. We've got to learn 2 scripts for them. and do one after the other, and we're being assessed on that. Now, what's really going to twist the knife is that's around mid-March. Guess what else is in mid-March? My acting production that I'm going into, right, at my acting club. So I'm going to need to know 3 scripts in March. It's going to be a challenge, but I think it'll be an exciting way to end my 17th year on this earth. Making challenges for myself, for laughs, and for a challenge, because that's how we roll. But yeah, I'm going to have to learn the script for my acting club, because I got a main part in that, right? Plus the 2 scripts for my coursework. Now let's talk about my acting club. Let's go into more detail. It's been a while since part 2 and this video. We've had many auditions for our show coming up. Chicago. I bought the DVD of it. So we've been singing the songs, practicing the American accent and so on. On the 14th of November, the roles were cast, and I got a role. Quite a big one too. I play Amos, who is the husband of Roxy, who is the main character. But Roxy cheats on me with this dude that she kills, and then that starts the story. Now, I remember when they were reading out the roles, it was very tense. It's like being at the Oscars, everyone's in the audience. This character will be played by this person. This character will be played by this person. Amos. Jamie. I just remember my reaction being like pure dumbstruck. It was phenomenal. I wanted the role because it's going to be an amazing way to send off my childhood, and because it's the last year of my acting club because I got university. The show ends a month before my birthday, and it's also my final show at my acting club. I've been there 12 years, nearly 2/3 of my life. So I'm going to give it all I've got, and it's good that I can say goodbye to the place with a main role. It's going to be good. I'm ready for that. Now, I want to note too that because my acting club will be taking up most of my time with college, if you make some sort of pie chart, right, I have to give college . Now, because I can always get another job in a fast food place easy, you know, but I am not resitting college, and if I mess up this show, I've messed it up. I only have one opportunity to do this show coming up right. So work is not a priority at the moment at all. I can't emphasise enough how much work is not a priority. Now, on the 29th of October, I went to Liverpool with my godparents to see the Doctor Who exhibition. Right, it was amazing. I woke up at 5, we got to the train station for 7 o'clock-ish, and we were on 2 different trains, right, which took about 2 hours. And we arrived in Liverpool station for about 9:30-ish. I'm just playing the clips of photos whenever it's relevant in the story. And we walked around Liverpool. It's really, I'm trying to run out of adjectives here, but it looks amazing there, right? We were given a freebie on the street by this company, Mojo. It's like a ginger shot. So I tried drinking it in one, because I thought it was orange juice at the time, right? So I drink it down in one, and my throat burned. It was grim. It really was. It was very strong, ginger shot. Ugh. We were walking around, seeing the sights, and we eventually got to the restaurant where I had a lovely cooked breakfast. Oh. Now at this point, you're probably wondering, how is this relevant to college? It's not really, but I want to remember it. It's not part of college, but it happened round about college time, so I'm going to mention it anyway. It's my playlist, my series. So after breakfast, we were walking around and we arrived at Liverpool Museum, which is where the Doctor Who exhibition is. I got a t-shirt from the place. Now, the place was absolutely gorgeous. There are props on the show that were used on display, videos of clips from the show on screen. I had my photo taken with a lot of Doctor Who monsters. And in case you're wondering, the lovely hat is the 5th Doctor's hat, because I was in cosplay, so I got the 5th Doctor there. I'm wearing the hat. So yeah, I can't emphasise enough. It really was a fantastic day. And after that, we had dinner. Now I had this lovely burger and fries with a cider, very nice. We looked around a bit more. I want to say I loved the culture. Right? The culture was amazing. We had street singers, people of all kinds walking around, statues all over the place. I loved it. I could have stayed there a lot longer, but we had to get the train back. Right? We arrived and we went to get the train back, but it was delayed for a reason that's too morbid to say here. So we went to a pub for a few hours and got the train back. I got home that day at about 9 p.m. roughly. So we were in Liverpool. We were on that trip for 19 hours that day, and I'll never forget it. Brilliant day. I recently also sent off my provisional driver's license too. I got to learn the theory behind it and then how to actually drive a car. So I was waiting for it to come back, because we had to check as well if I'd be able to drive, because I am blind in my left eye, right? So, little fact for you. But I can learn to drive, so all good there. And as of writing this, as of recording this now, it's arrived, and my first driving lesson starts on Monday, which will be the 28th. Yeah, 28th. And today is the 25th, so there we go. That's one thing I can tick off, but it also means that driving lessons are going to start now, so we're going to add that into the mix with college, acting, work, driving lessons, applying for uni. So yeah, everything's in full swing now. I'm handling it all okay so far, but it's going to get harder. More scenes to learn, more scripts to learn, more stuff to revise, more tests, more car driving theory stuff. And do you know what we're going to do? We're going to tackle it head on, and we're going to smash it. I want to make my 17th year on Earth, I want to make it productive. I'm going to do really good, and I'm going to prepare myself for my 18th year and to be an adult. Got to try and mentally prepare for that, because I'm going to be an adult in April. I'm going to be 18. Scary to think. But yeah, that concludes part 3 of my college experience. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe. Have a good day. Don't forget to drink hot chocolate. Stay safe. And from me, it's goodbye for now.